IAQG standards writing teams are currently busy revising two sets of standards. So the initial set is the 9100 series, which you are very familiar with, and the secondary set is the 9104 series, which includes 9101. That's more applicable to the way certification bodies operate, accreditation bodies, and how professional auditors report the audit activity. So the 9100 series is under revision. It follows and adopts the same path as ISO 9001. ISO 9001 is under revision and is delayed currently till 2026. So we're expecting it towards the back end of 2026 to be released, which means the 9100 series standards won't be finally revised and published until at least earliest 2027. The 9104 series, however, is very different. So those standards have already been revised. They've been balloted and accepted and approved, and they are currently in a state of translation into 7 languages. So once those language translations are complete and the auditor training material is ready and available, those standards will be published with a transition plan and a timeline which we expect to land somewhere around the back end of 2026. So we'll keep you informed as we go, but that's the current status of those changes. So the way audit planning will be done is radically different to how it is now. The primary purpose for this is to make it more robust, more risk-based, and for it to consider performance of the organisation. So this will occur a minimum of 120 days prior to the opening meeting. It will be scheduled as a planned activity like we would with an audit, and our lead auditor, in collaboration with your organisation representative, will review those inputs, including any changes, and the output will be a detailed risk-based audit plan which will drive value. It will drive robustness in the audit programme across your full scope of certification and all sites which are in scope. For many clients, the audit durations won't change, but for some it will. This will depend on the size, the complexity, and the performance and risk of the organisation. There's science behind the methodology used for the audit duration calculation, which is significantly different. We now have an addition or reduction of 10% for risk. So if you've got more trained auditors at a higher level, then we can apply a risk factor, a reduction risk factor. Remote auditing increases from 30% to 50%. So we can use that time to drive value in different ways we could in the past. We can apply reductions of up to 50%, which is significantly more than it ever has been per site based on process applicability. So if you've got no design or no production, we can reduce that time accordingly. And furthermore, we can move time based on complexity, so we can port time from one site to another site where there's areas of additional depth needed to go into the complexity of a process. And lastly, we have to add additional time for supplemental standards. So if you're contractually obliged to conform to 9145, which is one of the 9100 series standards for advanced quality planning, or 9115 for deliverable software, we need to audit this in sufficient depth and allow time for this. The current 5 certificate structure model will reduce to simply 2 certificate structures, single and multiple site. So if you are currently a several site, a campus or a complex, be prepared to see a change to become either single or multi. So this will incur additional audit time. We don't know exactly how much this will be precisely at this moment in time until the final version of 9104-1 is published, at which point we will provide you with the guidance and the early insight you need to get the most value from your audit and the right duration. So we will provide additional guidance as soon as the 9104 standard is released. The launch of Oasis V3 is the first of several digital innovations from the IAQG. Most recently, the IAQG announced the release of Oasis Insights. The primary purpose of Oasis Insights is to provide performance ranking across industry of highly performing organisations who are able to differentiate themselves based on their well-established processes and their activities in their organisations. So this allows you to demonstrate credibility of your organisation, the opportunity to improve your organisation through identifying gaps in your Oasis Insights ranking and address those. You need to be aware that these digital innovations come at a small fee. We will collect these fees on behalf of the IAQG starting from the 15th of May 2025. There's a lot of change, but please don't worry. We're here to help, and rest assured we'll be there for you. We'll keep sharing with you the information that you need to know, and we'll explain what the impact will be, so you will be prepared as possible. And furthermore, we have some exceptional training at BSI which we can support you with for the 9100 series and some of the supplemental standards 9145 and the core tools. And with this training you can rest assured you'll be informed but be able to enhance your processes and make them robust and future ready.